Hey, I just thought I'd shoot this video here because there's a lot of questions on how do you get sales on Etsy? What's the process? How does Etsy determine things? And if you go to Google, and I actually typed it wrong, so I got it right here. If I were the Etsy algorithm, what would I do? So first of all, an algorithm is a process or set of rules to be followed in calculations or other problem-solving operations, especially by a computer. Google is an algorithm where I type something in like algorithm and it gives me all these different results, right? So Etsy too, if I go there, is an algorithm. Except Etsy's algorithm is here, Google's is here. So when I type anything into the Etsy algorithm, the search, so I'm looking for a, say, Mother's Day gift, hit enter. When I hit enter, that query goes to the Etsy server, to the algorithm, and it looks at a lot of different things to figure out what the heck am I going to show him that he might possibly buy. So if I were the Etsy algorithm, how would I do it? Well, I thought this would be a pretty cool exercise to figure out based on observation, based on my own intuition, based on working online full-time since 2007 for myself. I think I've got a lot of experience with this stuff, and I don't know for sure, but I think I might be able to reverse engineer this algorithm. Now, who knows if it's true or not? The only people that do are the engineers who work for Etsy, and I'm pretty sure they're not allowed to have their own shops on here because there's about 93 million buyers on Etsy, and I think it's up to about 7 million-ish sellers at this point. I don't know the exact numbers. I haven't looked it up in a while. All I know is when I type in Mother's Day gift, I get these results. So the first row I get is ads. Okay, so this seller's paying for ads, this one's paying for ads, this one's paying for ads, this one's paying for ads. Row number 2 though, these are people that are not paying for ads necessarily on these, but I also notice a lot of products that I've already looked at are appearing at the top. So if we go to a Google Doc and we are going to develop our Etsy algorithm, I think one of the first things we're going to look at is, so if I were the Etsy algorithm, what would I do? So what would I do? Okay, that's our exercise. So number 1, I would probably look at the I'm going to look at what did Will, I'll use myself, search for and look at in the past. That's going to be my number 1 thing, because I want to show related items to what did Will search for in the past. So what Etsy did here is they said, okay, he's looked at this one, he's looked at this one, he's looked at this one, and he's looked at this one. So our first row of organic type results, which is row number 2, is going to be stuff that he looked at already. So we're going to consider that to be row number 2, and that's going to be related items, and that's going to be what we're going to call retargeting. Retargeting means Etsy knows what I searched for because they have cookies that are placed on my computer, and the browser reads cookies, sends that information to their servers. They know what I've looked at in the past. So they're going to give me the second row of results is definitely going to be things I've looked at in the past. Okay. The first row of results, we kind of skip that. We'll go back here. So we will say which stores are advertising on Etsy right now with products similar to the search term entered. Okay, and then in this case, this is row number 1, and that's going to be things like, they're going to be Mother's Day gifts. So that's going to be like a bestseller with free shipping. That's going to be kind of a good seller with, free shipping, sale ends in an hour, so they're running a sale. That's good. Sale. That's going to be a good seller. That's going to be a good seller. So we got 4 good sellers, but we also have stores. If you look at this one has the store itself has 3,100 358 reviews. This one has 258 reviews. This one has 3,459 reviews, and it's a star seller. This one has 301 reviews. If we were to look at these stores, I'm thinking what Etsy's doing is saying, okay, so row 1, there's 4 spots up for grabs for advertisers. So let's give proven stores who are advertising these spots. And let's make it related to the search term entered, okay? Instead of just basing it on what did Will search for in the past, they're going to go outside of that a little bit with row 1 and give those 4 spots to proven stores. So this store, which is 17,000 sales. This store, which is 7. Okay, so this is not a proven store. So maybe they're giving the second spot to a less proven store. This store is 23,000. This store is 1,195 sales. So what we're seeing is, so row number 1, spot 1 is proven, spot 2 is maybe a test, spot 3 is proven, spot 4 is maybe a test. So we've got row 1 sorted, we got row 2 sorted. Let's go down to row 3 now. And let's look at, so that's row 1, 2, 3. So has he looked at this one? Yep, I've looked at that one, I've looked at that one, I haven't looked at that one, and I haven't looked at that one. So let's go to row 3. Oops, I actually lost my Google Doc. Good thing they autosave. That's the beauty of Google Docs. Right there, my untitled document. Let's put that up there. So now we're on to row 3. And we'll say, what else did Will search for, or look at in the past? And here we've got row number 3, spot 1 and 2, retargeting. So now spot 3 and 4 are new. So going back here, I know I haven't looked at this one before. To the woman who showed me what true strength is, happy Mother's Day. They know I'm looking for a Mother's Day card. They know what I've looked at in the past. I haven't seen that one, and I haven't looked at this digital download yet. Whatever it says. Thanks for notes, oh God. Okay, so basically, if you look on our page, above the fold is prime real estate. So prime real estate is here, right? These row number 1 and row number 2. Row number 3, they're still retargeting me based on what I looked at. But on spot 3 of row number 3 and spot 4 of row number 3, these are new products. Then we get into row number 4. I haven't looked at that, haven't looked at that, haven't looked at that, and haven't looked at that. So we can safely assume that below the fold, so we'll say row number 4, new. So this is stuff that I haven't looked at yet, haven't clicked on, haven't done anything with the store. So I think if I were the Etsy algorithm, what I'd be doing is my top row would be paying people. So people are paying for ads related to my search result. And I think these are sorted by, if we look at this one, I put Mother's Day gift in here. I'm just going to analyze this one real quick. See if there's Mother's Day gift right in the title. There's probably Mother's Day gift down in the description somewhere, I imagine. And we're going to look at their tags as well. Just real quick. Hopefully it doesn't freeze on me. Looking for Mother's Day gift. So they have this product, which Etsy knows is a Mother's Day gift, is coming up number 1, and they're running ads, so they get the first spot. Plus, they're a shop that is doing pretty well. So if I were the algorithm for Etsy, that's what I would do too. I'd say, hey, who wants to pay me? Okay, you want to pay me? Cool. Do you have a product that matches the search? Yes, you do. Cool. Are you an established store with a good track record? Yes, you are. Cool. You get number 1 spot. Number 2 spot. What we'll do is kind of make that a test spot. So we'll give that to a newer store who does have the tags and it matches the search query, and it is definitely a Mother's Day gift. But we're not going to give you a number 1 spot because you don't have as many sales as that store. So I think what the algorithm is doing is it's looking at all of these different factors when it determines what to show you on the front page. And you can see there are several rows of results, and you keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And then you get to the bottom and there's even more. And then the algorithm goes, okay, here's what you looked at recently. Here's what's similar to what you looked at recently. and it shows you that too. So they basically want you to go click in and browsing around because they want you to find what you're looking for. The other thing the algorithm does is it says, okay, I know people who type Mother's Day gift in also typed in things like Mother's Day gift for, in this case it is grandma, Mother's Day gift for mom, Mother's Day gift box, Mother's Day gift ideas, Mother's Day gift basket, Mother's Day gift necklace, Mother's Day gift for daughter. So they're like, okay, that's pretty broad. Let's go to, that's your broad niche. This is your sub niches. So, hey, Will, what type are you looking for? Are you looking for a grandma? You looking for mom? Click on mom. And now it's got to go and figure out what to show me again. Top row, ads. Second row, following the same formula, what I looked at. And then over here in this spot, they actually added another thing I looked at. So I'm thinking what the algorithm is doing is it's basing a lot of their feedback and what comes up on what I've looked at. So if I want to test this, I can also go to a new incognito window and I'll go to Etsy.com. And let's see. So if I type the same thing in here, Mother's Day gift, see what I get. Now I'm getting all stuff. Etsy doesn't know what I've looked at now because this is incognito window. There's no cookies. I'm like an anonymous visitor to the website right now. I'm not logged in. They'd have no history on me. This is a way to get true results from Etsy to see where your stuff would truly rank on Etsy for these different ones. Pretty cool, right? We have the same format. We got ads, and then we got the top row. This is a prime spot. So this shirt is doing really well. 4,300 reviews for the store. The shirt itself, we open that. All of a sudden, I clicked on something. So now my results are going to change in this session on this incognito browser. But you can see, actually, I don't even know why that one's coming up. There's no reviews for that product. That's weird. Well, maybe Etsy's kind of going a little random here just to figure it out. But if I were the algorithm, I would do it this way. So if I were the Etsy algorithm, I would be looking at what has the person looked for in the past, and that's what I'd be showing them first. And then for ads, I'd be like, which stores of mine are really good in my Etsy company that I can show to this possible buyer to get them to buy. So what does this mean to you? Well, let's say you're a new store, okay, and you have no sales. So do you think that the Etsy algorithm is going to even put you into the equation? Yes, they are, but not very often. Okay, so if Etsy gets 1 million visitors a day, you might get shown once or twice. Okay, I'm just using hypothetical numbers. If your shop now has like 100 sales, are you going to get shown more or less than the store with 0 sales? More. If your shop has 10,000 sales, are you going to be considered by Etsy to be a bit better shop compared to a store with 0 sales? Well, yeah, because you've already made Etsy a ton of money. So, I mean, everything in life comes back to money, right? Money for you and money for Etsy. So how do you get a new shop up and running quickly? You have to provide something that has a decent search volume and low competition. That's really the only way to get in there and get things going. I mean, that's one route. The second route is to just undercut all your competition. Nobody likes that route. Everybody gets really upset with that route. But if you have, say, one of these gifts, let's look at this one. So there's this message card, right? And this is an ad, so I'm going to click it. This says, there's no sales on this, so Etsy is testing this. This is at $39.96. So if I'm like, I even know which company this is, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know. Oh, maybe I don't. Standard box, that's different. Oh no, I think I do know the company. Anyway, if I know this particular seller from Faith Monk has 5,155 sales and they're selling it at $39.96, if I sell mine at, I don't know, $34.96, I'm $5 cheaper, I might get the sale over them. So if you're new and the algorithm is ignoring you, it could be that you're going after products that are very competitive and a lot of well-established shops are getting shown and making money. But for you to crack into that market and for you to be able to get noticed by the Etsy algorithm, you've got to understand how it works. So it's working a lot on retargeting. It's working a lot on what the person has looked for already. It's working a lot on which stores are successful already, which stores have made Etsy a lot of money. And in order to get going and get traction, you've got to take some steps initially to get seen, get stuff rolling, and get those sales numbers up and make Etsy some money so that it just snowballs. It's like pushing a snowball down a mountain. It starts off really slow and then it just picks up speed and picks up speed and picks up speed. That's why there's a couple factors in here. So I'm going to show these. So factor number one is sales. I think factor number two is time. And I think factor number three is pricing. I think those are the three main factors that Etsy's using with their algorithm to show or not show your products. If your store has sales already, I'll put store sales, your new products are going to get shown more and your old products are going to get shown more. Time-wise, if you've been on there like a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you might not get much traction. If you've been on there a year or 2 years or 3 years, all of a sudden, holy cow, life is good. It's just most people don't last that length of time. And then pricing wise, if your prices are more expensive than your competition of a similar product, you're probably not going to get the sale. If you're the same, you might get the sale. If you're cheaper, you're probably the odds of you getting the sale are a little bit higher. There's nothing wrong with running some loss leaders or lowering your prices temporarily to get traction. And then once you do get traction, increase your prices after that. But when you're starting out, a lot of people think I can launch an Etsy shop and the algorithm's just going to fire me buyers all day long and I'm going to make a ton of money and life is going to be good. And that's not the way it works. So you got to think, if I were the Etsy algorithm, what would I do? When you can dissect that and put your thoughts down in an organized fashion, then when you're listing things every day, you know you're working towards the goal of getting noticed by the algorithm and getting sales. So I hope this helps you. If I were the Etsy algorithm, I would pretty much do it the exact same way they are. And knowing what we know now, we can use that knowledge to further our stores and make more money for ourselves because we're making assumptions, but I think they're educated guesses. So that's what I would do if I were the Etsy algorithm. What would you do? Post in the comments. Let me know if I'm way off base. Let me know if you agree with me. Let me know your thoughts about the Etsy algorithm and how it works.